Hey everyone, how you living? It's Eric Lima here. I hope it's live and living color for you, wherever you are. Welcome to another episode, EML77 TV, episode 299. It is another scorcher out there. Now, according to the VFW in Dartmouth, and I was driving by there on the way home. I wanted to get home via the highway. Didn't want to take Florence Corner Road because it's always been jam packed with traffic. Actually, the temperature was 101 degrees in Dartmouth over there, so it was a scorcher. It's got to be lower now, but obviously a little crazy, a little bit on the crazy side. And well, it is Monday, and work was okay. And I had to do some extra stuff today because we're a little bit short-handed for the time being, but whatever. Got the job done. Got my shift done. My shift done, and just I'm home here relaxing, trying to keep cool, and getting ready for the Raw reunion tonight. Really excited about that. Molina's coming back. We have all sorts of legends. Hulk Hogan's going to be there. Ric Flair, Santino, Jerry the King Lawler. They say it's going to be the biggest Raw reunion in history. Hopefully the WWE. A lot of people are complaining about it already. Jeepers, come on. Don't be such Debbie Downers. I want to see what's going to go on tonight. Jeepers. Anyways, I was inspired by the speech that Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson gave at the MTV Movie Awards, and he was given the MTV Generation Award. And when he did his speech, there was a couple things that stuck out in my mind that kind of inspired me, because one thing about The Rock, he's been, probably one of the coolest guys ever on the planet. I mean, there's no doubt in my mind. The guy works hard, making movies, hitting the gym, making sure he keeps himself in shape. And not only that, just being an inspiration to all of us out there. All of us regular Joes that work 9 to 5, stuff like that. He said something that really struck a chord. He said the most powerful thing we can be is ourselves. But, he says, it's also important to be nice. It's good to be real with the people, and it's good to be real once in a while. But it's also important to be nice and respectful and inclusive and all that. I know it has not been the easiest for me because of what I had to deal with the last few. The last few days, so back to the past couple of weeks, as you know, being trolled on here and all over social media is not, one thing we got to learn is this, and I don't want to keep talking about the trolls. I blocked them all, but one thing that we have to learn out there as humans, that sometimes, if you want to really make an impact, and I'm going to talk to everybody here, if we want to really make an impact and and have everybody go along with you for the ride, is do not conform to others. Have them conform to you. And one thing I do when I decided to do this YouTube channel back 8 years ago was not to conform to what others want, not to conform to trends, not to conform to everything. And it seems like the bullies, trolls, and haters are doing whatever it takes to make sure you conform to what they want to see and what they want to hear. I don't kowtow to any bullies, trolls, and haters because of it. I mean, they're harassing my friends. They try to disguise themselves as most of my friends and everything else. They're doing whatever it takes to screw you up. And that's what their goal is. And there's no doubt about it, to screw you up mentally. And, and sometimes, being half autistic as I am, and I have Asperger's syndrome, and I have a high-functioning version of autism, they make you the easy target, But nowadays, because of my age and my experience, and I draw on the things of my past to learn from them. It's more like a learning experience. Now, people complain about me talking about my ex-crush. I don't, and somebody, a troll, decided to poses my ex-crush, saying to knock off using her name and everything else. I try not mentioning her name as much because I don't want her to feel embarrassed. I don't want her to feel upset or anything like that. I never had any intentions to trash her every time I talk about her. Is that the situation with her is a learning experience for me. You see, it took me a long time to learn from that situation and to learn real quickly. You see, that's part of my, and also, yeah, people complain I talk about my past, but here's the thing. Like the Lion King, Rafiki once said, all right, this is the cartoon version, the animated version, not the one that's coming out, I believe, this Friday, I think. Or over the weekend, probably came out over the weekend, I forgot, is that you can run from your past or you can learn from it. And I like to learn from my past. Learn from my past mistakes, of what I did wrong, And that situation there, and a lot of people get on my case about it. And sometimes I draw on that, not to, oh, woe is me and crap like that. Don't feel, I don't want anybody feeling sorry for me in that situation, man. Because I know what I did wrong. It was my fault. I blame myself for that, and I always will forever take that with me to the grave. And you know what? Like I said before, if my ex-crush and I were to be friends again, it's more like it has to be God's will and the timing of the situation. It has to be that. It has to be right. The timing has to be right, and it has to be God's will has to be in that. Because if it's not, then it won't happen. That's fine. So I'm a very patient person when it comes to situations like that. So I have no problem with that, And and these trolls, they don't get it. The trolls here do not get it. They do not understand. All right? When it comes to situations of the past, I learn from them. I don't feel upset and sad about it. I look at the past and I said, okay, I did this, this, and this. And here are the consequences for me doing this, this, and this. I made the mistake. It's my fault. I paid the price for it. I paid the price for every mistake I made. Whether it be big or small, you're going to end up paying a price for it, whether that price be big or small. But you learn from your mistakes. You learn from them. And it's funny that the trolls keep on razzing me about this. I feel like going, they don't get it. As they said, they don't understand. They don't get it. They have not walked a mile in my shoes. Most of the trolls, probably millennial punk kids who just like to pick on people who are think they're mentally weak or something, And the biggest part that eats me alive is the word retard, and it's just amazing about how a lot of people they're not just the word retard. It was considered a swear word where I came from back in the day. When I was a kid, that word was considered a swear word. And that's why, I've been around with people with special needs. Probably been around people with autism, Down syndrome, whatever. At first I was kind of a little skittish about it, but I learned how to make friends and I learn a lot from them. All right, you learn a lot from every situation that you've been faced with your life. From when I was a child, I learned a lot from when I was a child. All right, I learned a lot when I was a teenager, and I learned a lot when I was in my 20s, and my 30s. And in my 40s, I'm going to learn more things, and as I grow older, I'm going to learn more. Be different situations. And I learned a lot here on the internet. I learned a lot of things. Over the 10 years I've been here on the internet, I have learned a lot of things. And it's amazing that, it's amazing what I encounter here. Didn't think there was total strangers who criticize you the way you look, criticize the way you do videos, criticize this, criticize that, by trashing you, swearing at you, calling you names. And it's like, and you want to, and I wanted to sit there and go, who are you and why are you talking to me like this? Why are you telling me what to do? When it comes to bullies, trolls, and haters, they don't tell me what to do. They don't tell me what my life is like. They don't tell me who I am. I'm not allowing it. And every time I block them, they think I'm a coward. No, I'm not a coward. I don't take that kind of garbage. I don't. Like my friend Kevin Henry once said, take bleep from no one. I'm trying to keep it clean. You know what I mean? Sorry, Kevin. But anyways, you guys should understand. These trolls should understand. I'm not going to put up with the garbage they've been handing me the past couple of weeks. I got to take a stand, and I can't, I got to take a stand. If actions speak louder than words, I don't want to respond to these trolls as far as, commenting on their comments. But so I figured send a message loud and clear. And sometimes a picture is worth 1,000 words. Actions speak louder than words. And so I figured, I was going to try to draw on some of my past life experiences to help others out there because there's other situations. I'm sure there's people out there that are obsessed with someone they love. Guilty of that. All right? Trying to give them advice of, be careful what you're doing here. And I'll give you an example. A guy at the mall, all right? He comes to the mall every single day, but ever since he left his job from the cinema, he usually sits down, hangs out at the food court, does his puzzles and all that. He told me he had a crush on a bus driver. Her name is Janine. And I told him, I warned him, listen, man, be very, very careful what you do in this situation, man. He said, I just want to take her out on a dinner and all that good stuff. Like I said, I told him the situation about with my ex-crush. I said I wouldn't be obsessed with her if I were you, man. I would leave it alone, just move on. Move on with your life. Don't worry about yourself first. And apparently, same thing happened to him that happened to me. She has not spoken with my friend at all. And, sometimes people take my advice, sometimes people that don't, I try to give people advice, Here's the deal, Rodney1279, Rodney TV Flippin's YouTube channel, on the Discord app, YouTube Games and Entertainment. We were playing a game of tic-tac-toe, and this individual, Christian McKnight, comes in, and he starts making all sorts of noises and interrupting the flow of the game. I said, hey, listen, we're in the middle of the game. Why don't you wait till afterwards? But, he came in. He first came in and starts typing in Korean. And I was like, hey, can we speak English so we can understand what you're trying to say? So he kind of refused to do so. So I said, okay. I kind of copied what he said in Korean and decided to go to Google Translate. I said, okay, knock off the foolishness, and I try to give him advice. I said, hey, listen, this is how we do things here at YouTube Games Entertainment. This is how we handle things and all that. So I'll give him some sound advice, right? Apparently, he didn't take my advice. He decided to be foolish and decided to do some interrupting games, making noise. And my friend Rodney, who was the administrator of the group, had to kick him out. And this Christian McKnight, he was so upset, he started saying some racist things about Rodney, and somebody copied and pasted what he said, and it was not right. It is not right to say to act like that and interrupt in the middle of a game. The reason why we kicked him out is because you were interrupting a game. You were trying to play a game, and you decided to be foolish enough to interrupt it. There's manners that go behind it, and nowadays, then young people don't know what manners are. Me and Ronnie were in our 40s. We grew up with manners. We grew up with respect. We grew up learning to say yes, sir, no, sir, Mr. and Mrs., I know we're old enough now, and sometimes we say Mr. and Mrs., but, sometimes we're on that level where we can be on the first name basis with some of these people, And like I called my neighbor one time, I called a former neighbor who's passed away, Mr. Purcell. I called him Mr. Purcell, but now he's passed away due to cancer, and I learned how to respect people. So, anyways, this individual, Mr. Christian McKnight, starts complaining about it, but then the Facebook friend requested me, But then I had to turn him down because of what he said about Ronnie, and it was not right. I said, and I was trying to tell him, I said, listen, you got to learn respect, man. And he basically blocked me on Facebook, which is good because I didn't want to hear any of his garbage anymore. You know, to me, if I friended him, it's like I'm accepting somebody who was a racist. And then he had the unmitigated gall call my friend Ronnie a white supremacist, and I felt like going, geez, this guy's an idiot. He doesn't know that Ronnie is black. I mean, did you see Ronnie's pictures? Come on now. So anyways, it was disgusting on his part. So, hey, I didn't have to worry about him. You know what I'm saying? But there are people out there on the internet that, you know, they hold grudges or just want to be just downright mean, and they, you know, come in and you know, make harsh comments, lies, and crap like that, just to really trigger you from an emotional standpoint and get you going. And sometimes you want to go, this guy again, this guy again, great, you know, just basically great, wonderful. Let's party, you know what I mean? So, and they sometimes disguise themselves as my friends. One time I think a troll, according to one of my other friends who's been trolled on so many times, being on YouTube and all, decided to pose as my pastor, saying, we got to talk about this on Sunday. My pastor never came up to me and confronted me about it. And so about that, you know, ex-crush situation, my pastor never, like I said before, you know, the trolls do not get it. I draw on that to help others, because there's others like me out there, and now I'm trying to tell them, don't do what I did, or else it's going to affect you from a mental standpoint. I made that mistake, but I realize now that situation was my fault, and I decided to be a man and take that as my fault. Take the blame for it. You know? Don't make this, and I tell people, don't make the same mistakes I made, you know? Just go on with your life. Don't worry about the one you are in love with. Don't obsess over him or her. Just go on and do your thing. And that's what I decided to do, you know? I'm not here going, oh, I wish you was my friend, and start trashing and being angry and you know, sometimes when people, you know, get jealous of other people fall in love, they act all misogynistic, and they end up going crazy like some of these shooters that we have, you know. The guy who shot up the yoga studio, which is really, really sad, and the other of Elliot Rodger, you know. Sometimes people end up acting like them, and, you know, one thing I'm very, very thankful for, and that's, you know, and the amazing thing is that, you know, I have good parents that raised me right and taught me how to handle situations. You know, there's a lot of things, you know, sometimes I've taken their advice, sometimes I have not. Or disregarded their advice and did my thing, you know. You know, at one time, you know, people told me I was a rebellious kind of guy. And I was being rebellious on a couple of points, you know. I was struggling with a lot of things that people don't understand, you know. I was struggling with a lot of things in my life that I don't understand, I should say. And, you know, it's the way I handle them, and that's how I'm going to come out with. And, you know, people hate it when I talk about this and talk about situations in my life and all that. And they make fun of it, and they make a joke out of it, and it's not cool. You know, it's, you know, people, you know, I don't know if some people say, oh, it's brave for you to talk about this on the internet. I don't know if they're being sarcastic or what. But, you know, listen, I just, like I said, I draw on the life experiences of the past to try to parlay that into giving advice and helping others, so that, you know, they don't want to make mistakes I make. You know, a lot of these trolls, they're probably young kids, young men who basically don't know how to act in public. You know, they think they're better than you. They think they know more than you and all that. You know, listen, I've been around for a long time, 42. I've been alive on this earth for 42 years. I've seen a lot of things happen, man. You know, I got a lot of dislikes on my videos because, you know, I know people are getting sick and tired of me talking about the same old stuff, and I get it, I understand. But like I said before, there's people out there that been in my shoes, are in my shoes, kind of right now when it comes to situations like that I talk about. You know, I like being real, but I also want to be nice and be helpful and just, inspire people as well. You can make a change in your life. You can go out and do what you want to do. Just, fulfill your dreams. Just work hard for it. Work for it. Don't sit and clack at the computer and complain about everything in life and taking out on those who've been living the good life by insulting them and by being angry with them. Don't do that. Just go out there and do the thing. Work hard for it. I can sit here and complain about my job. I can sit here and complain about where I'm living. I can complain. I can complain about anything I wanted. But I chose not to do that because instead of complaining, I give thanks. I give thanks. That's what the Bible says. In everything, give thanks. I'm thankful for the friends I made on here, and for the friends I made before I even had a computer. I'm thankful for the job that I have, even though it drives me crazy sometimes. I'm thankful for the place that I'm living in. It's living in the basement is much better than living out in the streets, getting shot at, begging for money, or even much worse. I'm thankful that I have a family that loves me and cares about me. You trolls do not understand and do not get it at all, man. You don't. You don't. Because you decide to choose to be miserable and take your anger out on those who've been having a good life. Stop that. Stop that. Take stock of yourselves and quit hiding behind your Seinfeld characters, your Disney movie characters. Stop hiding and stop hiding and start being real. I'm encouraging you to trolls to stop being trolls. Be respectful people. Stand up for you. Stand up for yourself. You can be yourselves. Don't hide behind Disney character names or Disney character profiles and stuff like that. Start being real. Stop with the TV characters. Stop with the Chip Douglas syndrome that I talked about a few episodes ago. Stop all that. If you want me to respect you, you got to respect me by doing that. If you refuse to, then I cannot respect you. I cannot help you. If you're going to refuse to take my advice and take my tips, then I want to help people. I want to be nice and be helpful and be inclusive to people. All right? I want to be friends with everybody. But the fact of the matter is, if you cannot let me do that by disrespecting me, then I cannot help you. You see, I like to be an inspiration. I like to entertain and have fun. I'm not going to be angry and upset and just, I want to grab this kid, but I don't want to do that. I want to help you guys. I want to give you advice, and that's why I draw once again, I draw on some of the things in my past. Say, hey, this is what happened to me. Okay? I know everybody's sick of the ex-crush thing. I get it. Like I said, it's not to trash anybody. It's not to say, oh, woe is me, I wish you. No. I say, listen, this is what happened to me. This is what I did, what I didn't do right. It cost me a friend. It cost me a lot. And it's my fault. And I take, my fault. Don't walk in that same situation as I did. Have I spoken to her since then? No, I have not. And you know what? And that's okay. If she wants to go on with her life, that's fine with me. The thing here is this. If you're in a grudge if you have a beef with somebody, you guys have not spoken to each other in quite a while, just leave them alone. Let them heal up. Time heals all wounds, they say. But when the time is right and when it's God's will, then God can make things happen. All those situations I explained about, I put it in God's hands. I let Him deal with that. Like I said, God's will and timing is the main key for things to go well, for things to happen, for miracles to happen. Sometimes the Lord will put things in your way that's going to challenge you from a mental standpoint. How are you going to handle it? How you handle the situation is up to you. What you do. Now, I know a lot of people are very angry about people living a good life, and they decide to hide from the person they want to talk to by not using their real names, and then not using their real pics, or not even put up a pic at all. They start berating you, saying crap about you, to you, and not having enough guts to and that's what saddens me. It's like, oh my gosh, I had to deal with it for 2 years. Now I'm dealing with it for only 2 weeks in a row already. But I said nothing except block. I did nothing but except block, and some people informed me of this. And I realized the name Lee Chen. If you think about it, say it 5 times fast. Lee Chen, Lee Chen, Lee Chen, Lee Chen. That person's goal is to leech, to suck the happiness right out of you. That's what this guy was trying to do. But he didn't succeed. I had a great time at the festival. Nobody got my case. The coward wasn't there to report me or anything like that. So, boom. I've done it. Praise the Lord. You know, it's funny. It's funny when you're starting to learn a lot of things. You start to catch on. You're getting too smart, you know. I don't want to be acting arrogant. I'm very smart for these trolls. I know there'll be more coming. I'm just ready for them. I've just got to be ready for them, and that's the advice. You know, sometimes they say the same things to me, like, I know, dude, I know that already. I said it. If you watch, and I think that they don't bother watching the videos. They just probably watching videos, put a little clip it, snip it, clip it, and just choose what they want to hear. Chose to hear certain things. They decide to misconstrue the words, screw it up a little bit, and then came up with the lies. Pay attention and watch the whole video and learn. I make mistakes. We all do. But The Rock says the most powerful thing we can be is ourselves. I'm not going to be anybody else for anybody else except for me. I want to be me. I want to be myself. That's why I put a real pickup. I photoshopped my second channel for part of my channel, for part of my thumbnails. But that is a real pic of me in that thumbnail. I put EML. That's Eric Matthew Lima. That's my full name. 77 represents the year of my birthday. TV can mean two things: television show. I make it like a television. You can watch YouTube on your on your smart TV. You have a smart TV. It's connected to the internet. You can watch my YouTube shows on your television screen. That's what I mean by that. Or the verified. That means I'm an actual, genuine, authentic Eric Matthew Lima. The one and only Eric Matthew Lima. I know there's many different Eric Limas out there, but not one from New Bedford, Massachusetts that's as unique as I am. And I'm proud of being unique. I'm proud of being who I am, being myself. And I'm encouraging everybody out there to be yourselves. You know, if you're on a computer, don't hide behind, like I said, a Disney character or a Seinfeld character or a TV character name or their picture of. Don't hide behind that, please. I like to know who you are. Listen, I know why you troll. I know why these trolls are trolling me, because their lives are miserable. They're probably more miserable than my life. Oh, they want to do it just to trigger me and get me going, get upset, and all that. I know their games. That's why I'm not angry. I'm not upset. I am upset, a little disappointed, but I'm not totally angry. It's like I'm more annoyed than anything else. It's like, okay, it's about time that about time I do something about it, and I've been doing what I've been doing. Just keep blocking. Like I said, you want respect from me, I expect respect from you. Respect's a two-way street. I'm not demanding it. I'm asking for it. Like today I had a frustrating day at work. I'm trying to clean the windows, and people keep walking through the window that I'm currently cleaning, and it's like I had to turn away from those people because I don't want to get angry and upset and say some profanity. I just want just keep it together, keep it cool, keep it professional. And that's what I did. Breathe, in, out, go back to work, and I managed to get all that done. I was very, very happy and relieved after I'd done that. Took a little bit of a break, sat there, and clocked out, went home. In the scorching heat, no less. And I do have a lot of respect for those who have to work out in this heat, man. I know how they feel. I think when you sweat, when you sweat, I think you lose some weight, and I'll probably lose a few pounds here. You sweat, you work hard, man, and it's pretty cool, you know. But honestly, I'd rather take the heat over the snow any day of the week, or over the extreme cold. You know what I mean? But you know, bottom line is this: two things that I learned for sure, and I know, and what you all need to understand. The most powerful thing is be yourself. Be no one else. But be genuine, be considerate, respectful, kind, and make sure you lend a helping hand to your fellow man. One thing about The Rock is that he's always nice and wonderful to everybody, and he knows it too. He knows what he has to do. I have a lot of respect for Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. Personally, I hope he comes on Raw tonight as well. Having my all-time favorite women's wrestler, Melina, and The Rock, my all-time favorite WWE superstar, on the same show tonight. Hey, birthday party here for me. No, I'm kidding. Not my birthday. My birthday's was back in March. Silly me. Anyways, but I do, however, am thankful for all that I've been given and all I've worked for, and all the friends that I've made. You know, life hands you lemons, you make lemonades, kids. And you drink that lemonade and go, ah, sweet, good. So, what do we learn? Being yourself is the most powerful thing you can be. And it's important. It's nice to be important, but it's also important to be nice. Dwayne Johnson, thank you for that awesome speech. You really inspired a person like me to handle situations, to handle bullies, trolls, and haters here online, to handle life. I believe the Lord gave you that word of encouragement, because God can work through anybody, whether they believe in the Lord or not. God can work through anybody. He made a donkey talk. You know, it's amazing. God's amazing. Life is amazing. Everything's amazing sometimes. Doesn't matter who you are. Just be yourself. Be yourself is the most powerful thing you can be. Be an inspiration to others. Instead of slamming people, treating people like crap, judging people from their Facebook pictures and pictures on the internet and whatnot. Judge the heart of the person. Look at the heart, not the outward appearance. I don't say judge. Judge not, and you be judged. I look at the heart of the person and say, that person's going to be doing something special. And there's a lot of friends I made, and I'm glad that I did, because they helped me out a lot. Most of them don't believe in the Lord, but I believe God works through them to help me. And I'm very thankful for my life. Very thankful for people on here that watch my videos and comment on them, that are respectful. Bullies, trolls, and haters, just let you know, I don't hate anybody that are bullies, trolls, and haters. Is that just learn how to respect me, and I'll respect you back. If you can't respect me, I can't respect you. I want to respect you. I want to be a friend, but if you're going to play games with me, then I'm sorry. It's the way I have to do things. Don't think I'm a coward. Don't think I hate you. Don't think any of that. I just don't want the garbage to spread. That's all. It's basically leave your trash out of my property, so to speak. The attitude of kids get off my lawn thing, you know. Yeah, I'm showing my age, but I've learned old school ways. Sometimes old school can be cool. So I hope people get something out of this today. And I hope you learn a lot. So that's all the time we have on this episode 299. God's love, life, light, and blessings to all of you. Catch you on the flip side, and remember, pay attention. You might learn something. Episode 299 complete. Next episode is 300. Who knows what I'll do then? All right. See you guys. Have a wonderful night. A wonderful day. It's only 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Hopefully my 300th episode, probably do a Raw reunion report. Who knows? Who knows what's going through this brain of mine? We'll see. See ya.